The Iguazu National Park was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1984. It is located in the northeastern region of the province of Misiones in Argentina, and it spreads over a wide natural area that hosts the largest waterfalls in South America, formed by the Iguazu River. According to the river water level, which rises markedly during the rainy seasons, the number of falls varies between 160 and 270, thus becoming a breathtaking landscape nature delights us with. The national park offers several circuits specially planned to enjoy magnificent views of the Iguazu waterfalls. Tourists are given the chance to enjoy the varied and unforgettable walks in harmony with the wildlife and vegetation of this unique site. Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca, the second governor under the Spanish rule sent to the Rio de la Plata, discovered these waterfalls in 1541. He renamed the waterfalls the natives called Iguazu, meaning large waters in Guarani, as Saltos de Santa Maria, St. Mary's Falls. But as time went on, the name Iguazu has come to identify the series of waterfalls buried deep in this subtropical forest. In 1767, the Jesuits had to leave their missions, and therefore these waterfalls fell into oblivion for a long time, and were left well away from the most traveled routes. It was only in 1883 that Giacomo Bove, with Carlo Bossetti as a guide, rediscovered these waterfalls. These men, separated by centuries, found before their eyes a massive and amazing marvel of nature, and were enchanted by their size and beauty. The Iguazu River plays a key role in this natural wonder that can be enjoyed today by thousands of tourists coming from every corner of the globe. The natural phenomenon that gives birth to the Iguazu Falls is scientifically described as a geological fault, although its name is simply associated to a gift nature offers mankind. The province of Misiones is on the Brazilian Massif that was formed by 11 overlapping layers of basaltic lava. Liquid lava first spreads over a surface and then hardens, and this process forms a layer. Each of these layers has a different composition, and that is why the area exhibits different resistances to the flow of water. The Iguazu River did the rest, eroding the hard upper areas and thus causing the soft lower areas to collapse. Massive landslides occurred, and today's falls were formed. One of the most renowned falls is the one called Garganta del Diablo, the Devil's Throat, that is 60 meters tall. On average, 1,500 cubic meters of water per second fall, thus creating a view unmatched around the world. The famous landscape architect Carlos Taiz created the park in 1934. The park stretches over 65,900 hectares and hosts several waterfalls fed by the Iguazu River, whose basin is 62,000 square kilometers and flows down to Serra do Mar, located near Curitiba in Brazil. Along its over 500 kilometers, the river receives the waters of almost 30 tributaries before reaching the falls, where it is 1,500 meters wide. After passing by the San Agustin Island, the river turns to the south and then to the north again, thus forming a huge U, where the fault with the different levels that form the waterfalls is. In the previous bend, the river forks into several branches when it encounters the islets. A few meters further ahead, each branch turns into the hundreds of waterfalls, becoming a spectacular scenery. The Iguazu National Park offers visitors several alternatives, as the typical local flora and fauna can be enjoyed walking along the different circuits and paths specially organized within its area. This natural reserve has a humid subtropical climate without a dry season. The average rainfall is between 1,000 and 2,000 millimeters per year. These rains and the wide forests temper this subtropical climate so that the average temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, although there may be significant variations depending on the time of year. The predominant winds come from the Atlantic, and humidity increases due to heavy night dew, which creates a special climate in the whole area. Summers are hot, with maximum temperatures that may go well over 42 degrees Celsius. These are favorable conditions for special flora and fauna. Amid tall trees, there are thick ferns and a wide variety of climbing creepers, plus more than 450 species of birds and 80 species of mammals, the latter being one of the main attractions of the Iguazu National Park. The Tren Ecologico, or Eco Train of the forest, can transport 200 passengers and takes visitors along a 7-kilometer line surrounding the Iguazu River, in direct contact with the Misiones forest. The ride starts at the Estación Centro, or Central Station, and lasts about 20 minutes. There is a stop at the Estación Cataratas, Waterfall Station, and from here you can walk along the upper and lower circuits. Then the train takes you to Estación de Garganta del Diablo, Devil's Throat Station, that marks the end of the trip. The Devil's Throat is the most amazing waterfall of the whole park. The first and most spectacular of all the waterfalls in the Iguazu Falls is the world-famous Devil's Throat, a unique show of its own when compared with the rest of the 270 falls in the park. If you are on the Argentine side of the falls, you can reach it via a footbridge and get as close to the Devil's Throat as 50 meters. The panoramic view is truly breathtaking. You can see how the river plunges down 80 meters, a unique, unforgettable view. When falling abruptly, water is sprayed into a soft drizzle that forms countless crisscrossing rainbows under the sun rays, another unique postcard view. After the fall, the river flows along a long, deep gully that gives the region its name, starting with the Union Waterfall. The soil of Misiones contains mainly laterite, a formation of aluminum, silica, and iron oxide. This last component gives the earth its typical red color. These soil characteristics contribute to two main factors in the Iguazu National Park, as they are ideal for its rich flora and fauna to thrive. And also, this color perfectly matches the range of hues superbly balanced by nature. The red earth, the green flora, the white of the falling water foam, and the multicolored rainbows that form above the waterfalls. Unique and inimitable pictures. One of the pathways to visit the different falls at Iguazu is the lower circuit. You reach it by the Eco Train. This circuit is 1,600 meters long, and along it you can see Dos Hermanas and the Boceti waterfalls, where there are stops for tourists. The end of the trip is just across from the San Martin Island. From here, you can see the Devil's Throat to the left and the San Martin waterfall to the right. This is also the access way to the San Martin Island. You get there by boats that permanently sail across the waters of the Iguazu River at its inferior course. The special attraction of this circuit is that you have the best perspective to admire these huge falls. When you are at the San Martin Island, in the heart of the park, you are in contact with the exuberant forest vegetation, full of arborescent ferns, palm trees, orchids, Spanish moss, and rosewood. Rosewood is considered a national monument. From this island, you get a spectacular view of the San Martin waterfall and of La Ventana, the window, a rocky formation just across from this fall. A large sandy beach located at the end of the island where the most important branches of the Iguazu River meet again after the falls is the place where tourists can enjoy a true natural paradise. This oasis amid the forest offers countless views of all the different waterfalls and is the ideal place to sunbathe, get in contact with the river and the thick forest. You can reach this spot by boat at all times, as these boat rides form part of the services and circuits offered at the Iguazu National Park. The San Martin waterfall is a roaring and deafening cascade that amazes with power as it falls over the cliff, striking the rocks to form a second fall further down, ending the show some 70 meters down. All this is framed by an endless drizzle that sometimes forms rainbows in an exquisite contrast with the landscape. Surrounded by several other waterfalls, you will find this view amazing. Falling waters of different heights and flows form the second most important group of waterfalls that can be seen from either the upper or the lower circuit and shock the viewers with their tumbling, roaring waters. The special boats that cross up to the San Martin Island start their trips from the port of the lower circuit. There are also incomparable rides along the lower course of the Iguazu River. By these special and safe crafts, tourists can reach the very base of some waterfalls, experiencing firsthand the feeling of the soft drizzle caused by the water falling on them. This wet boat ride is unique and offers tourists the chance to live and feel the magnificence of this place, the power of nature, and the typical characteristics of the forest. At the end of the footbridges, there are viewpoint balconies to enjoy spectacular views. Each and every visitor can be very close to the most incredible waterfalls and be amazed by the gigantic proportions of what they can see. Most tourists take the chance to linger at each place, grabbing any moment to enjoy spellbound the roaring waters, the colorful scenery, and the size of the falls, the mightiest in the world. Both the Devil's Throat and the San Martin waterfall have their own balconies. These are the balconies from where thousands of photographs are taken that circulate around the world, showing the unique beauty of the Iguazu Falls. Walking along the upper edge of the falls offers a different perspective of the entire area. The pictures taken from this point are amazing. The paths of the upper circuit take tourists to the Embigua waterfall, going by the Bosetti, Ramirez, and Chico waterfalls, among others. But these paths, with signposts indicating each attraction, go along a true vegetation and wildlife sanctuary, as over 2,000 different species of plants, 450 families of birds, and 80 of mammals can be observed. All of them are part of the Iguazu National Park, and visitors walk amid the natural habitat of the true owners of this subtropical forest, where the park and its waterfalls are located.